This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. Music has always played a big part at regattas, and as Julian Gibson tells us, a new selection has been recorded to celebrate another sloop sailing milestone.
I'm going back to Long Island.
Bahamian musician Jay Mitchell has a new song out just in time for the 50th edition of the Long Island Regatta.
Head down to regatta site to watch the boats in broad daylight. The wind is calm, sea is fair, and all the sailing masters there. From Manga Bush to winning gold, the secret with Mark knows. When he built to win. Long Island boats done win again.
Now, owner of the VDK, Jason Knowles, was not totally impressed when Jay Mitchell completed the song the first time. And Jay had to do it all over.
You know the song Sugar Rush? So the Manga Bush just sounded a lot. And so, you know, people would have caught onto that Manga Bush. So I had that in there, and then he said, well, you know, that's going to cause problems. You can't say the whole of Manga Bush. Say Long Island. So he said, go. I said, listen, I can cause some money to go back in the studio. He said, you go back in the studio and change that, because I ain't getting no trouble.
I used to be so happy on Long Island soil. Mutton sauce in the morning or a nice group of boil.
Now, come Saturday night, Jay Mitchell plans to rock the crowd at the regatta site in Salt Pond.
The last regatta I was there, and I saw those faces. I mean, the place was so full of people. I was so happy. And this time, I'm hoping that everybody come again even better than that time. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I might do the split for them. I don't want to scramble nothing, but...
Got a sight to watch them boats in broad daylight. Tide is high, the wind is fair, and all the sailing masters there.
Now, if you do not like sloop sailing, Jay Mitchell might be another reason to attend the Long Island Regatta. Reporting for ZNS Total Sports, I am Julian Gibson.
Say, Long Island, Sweet Island gal, Long Island, Susan Chase, Long Island, Running Tide, Long Island, I'll be back to Long Island again.
Pro boxer Marino getting ready to step back in the ring, and he knows this is just another step towards his ultimate goal of a world title shot.
Right now, I am the #1 contender for the IBF title, and my opponent, he's the #2, Sergey Derevyanchenko. If I'm prepared, yes, mentally, my mind is set and focused, you know, to do what I do best, and that's to go into the ring and beat up my opponent. But I believe, and I know for sure that Sergey is up against a challenge that he has never been against before. We both went to the 2008 Beijing Olympics. Of course, I know him to fight in a heavyweight class than I was, but I've been looking at him for quite a while, and I've been vying to fight him for quite a while. And like I said before, little did he know, I've been looking at him and I've been studying him, and he's one that I had in my top list. You know, so once we're done with Sergey, we're looking forward to fight Gennady Golovkin after that fight.
David Slaughter won his 5th national bowling title over the weekend. He spoke about what it takes to stay at a high level.
Bowling is about filling frames. In other words, getting spares and strikes and avoiding frames where you get a split or an open. So sparing is a key part of my game, making sure that I don't have open frames. But it always comes down to practice at the end of the day. I don't care what you're doing. If you don't put in the time, you're not going to get the results. So I pride myself in practicing as hard as anybody. And when I do practice, I make sure it's quality practice. You know, you need to be focused. You need to have a game plan. You need to execute. And in bowling, it's also about controlling your nerves. Much like sports, like golf, for example, the ability to keep your cool under pressure is essential, because you have to constantly be thinking. And if you're not calm, you can't think your way out of situations.
The stepladder finals for this year's Bowling Nationals definitely weren't easy on the competitors, as the air conditioning unit at Mario's malfunctioned.
With the air conditioner not being on while we bowling, I tend to sweat in my hand, so I can't hold the ball, so I got to squeeze the ball. So I got to compensate for squeezing by making adjustments on the approach and the lanes, which I feel like I shouldn't have to do.
So hot, the ball keep by game 3. My hands were sweating, the ball was dropping, I was praying.
This summer's Commonwealth Youth Games will be the biggest sporting event ever held in the Bahamas. As for the budget for this kind of event,
I can't speak to the exact numbers, but I can tell you that yes, it's in the millions, but this money is well spent. I mean, The legacy of the games really is, you look at what the NSA has been able to do to these facilities is just tremendous. I mean, and so we spent close to $500,000 in the Kendall Isaacs Gymnasium. You've seen that turn around. We spent $500,000 over there at the swim complex. You've seen what that is with all of the infrastructure. The old TAR, or TAR1, has a new infield, which might not have otherwise been there or been budgeted for in this budget. The tennis center, I'm going to be excited when that tennis center is completed. It's going to be a new build, not a new build, but it's going to be really refurbished.
When the games start on July 18th, fans are urged to come out and support, as this may be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
You know, Jamaica hosted in '66. That's a long time. So if you want to tell a story to your grandchildren, man, come out to this game. You might never get another one. And it's operated by Bohemians right from here, some from Cat Island, Andros, New Providence, Eleuthera. We blend together and we can make this game good. This is solid game.
From the pro basketball ranks last night, David Nesbitt had 7 points and 3 rebounds to help Olympico to an 87-80 Game 4 win over Instituto in first-round playoff action down in Argentina. Olympico closes the series out 3-1 and now moves on to the quarterfinals against San Martin. Former Miami Dolphin greats were all over the field at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium on Saturday, and they say it's all because of one man, Dan Marino.
It's amazing watching him throw the ball still at this age, and having had the chance to play with him as a teammate. He's, like I said, the best quarterback to ever do it and best teammate ever.
For as good as he was, the way he is with everybody, I really respect that about him. You know, a lot of people might not act that way when they've had as much success, but he's been wonderful.
The things that he do outside of the football field really is one of the things that draw a lot of people to him, man. Since coming down here in '97, he's always been about giving back to the community.
And talking about giving back to the community, the REACH organization received a check this year for $15,000.
We do a lot of other things in the community, the Dolphins, the alumni group that's here, and we're able to do it here and do it other places in South Florida, so it's awesome. It's great.
And that'll do it for sports. Stay tuned, check on weather still to come.